Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Jet-In Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Hey, well, today we're going to make a flight plan, and I'm going to show you how a real dummy makes a flight plan. Okay, it is so simple because I see these high-flying, big-time YouTubers sitting in their aircraft for 30 minutes. Playing with this little wee box and pushing all these little buttons for every single waypoint, every altitude at every waypoint, their speed at every waypoint, and it just drives me nuts. Oh, it's major yawn material. I don't know how they can just sit there for 30 minutes just staring at that little wee box, pushing those little numbers. I am 100% sure that if real life pilots had a choice, they would do it this way. Okay, 100%. It takes a fraction of the time. They can see exactly where they're going, and I'm 100% sure a real pilot would prefer to do it this way. So this is the way I prefer to do it. I'm not a real pilot, obviously. I'm a real dummy, to be honest. But this is the way I like to do it. It's simple and it takes no time at all. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, I'm not saying this is the authentic or the correct way to do it. There is no right or wrong, to be honest. You do it the way you want to do it and the way you enjoy it and what works for you. That is the right way, okay? And don't let the big time YouTubers tell you otherwise. Now, what I've done is I've selected the big Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. Why? Because it is drop dead gorgeous. It is a dream to fly. I know why they call it the Dreamliner now, because it is a dream to fly. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go from Las Vegas, the city where dreams are made and fortunes are lost. We're going to go from Las Vegas over to ksfo, San Francisco, the town that never sleeps. Okay, so we're going to make a flight plan. I'm going to click on Las Vegas and set that as departure. And I'm going to come up here to ksfo, set that as arrival. Okay, we've already got our flight plan there. So you're already in automatically. We want to do a beautiful ILS landing. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select low altitude airways up here on the right hand side, approach. I'm going to put ILS 19. And then if I come in here, you can see we have a beautiful ILS approach lined up for us. That's already into our little computer on our airplane. All the waypoints, the ILS frequency is in our radio. Everything is automatically transferred and put into our airliner. It is just beautiful. And that's the way it is. You can add waypoints or take away waypoints if you wish. Now I'm going to show you a little trick down here. I'm going to zoom into the runway here. Zoom right into the runway. And see at the end of the runway, the flight plan automatically turns straight away to the right. So I'm going to make it a nice, soft, gentle turn. When I depart, when I rotate and come off the runway, I want to go in a straight line for a while. So I'm going to bring my mouse. I'm going to follow the line of the runway. Bring my mouse out to about here. Click, add. Okay. So that I don't have a real sharp turn to the right as soon as I turn on my autopilot. The plane is going to go in a straight line. I can turn on my autopilot if I want to about here. And it is a nice, slow, gentle turn to the right, which is going to be easy on all the passengers and easy on the aircraft. So that's it. That is as difficult and as simple as it gets. Okay, but one more tip, one more trick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom right in here to the airport. You can see all the departure gates. Now I can see by this green dot, I'm going to be departing from this end of the runway down here. So I'm going to make it easy for myself and select a departure point, a gate to depart from. And I'm going to choose this one here, gate 81. Why? Because I can get pushed back here, I can turn to the right, and I'm almost at the end of the runway. So my taxi is very, very small. I don't have to all the way down here. And take a mental note of this when you select your gate for departure. Take a mental note where you're going to be taxiing. You don't need to put the taxi guider on or the map on, the guidance. You just make a mental picture. You're going to be pushed back, you're going to turn to the right, and you're going to go to the end of that runway and get on. And that's nice and simple. So I'm going to click on gate 81, set as departure. Okay, and that's where my plane is going to be spawned in when I start the game. I get pushed back, I turn to the right, and head down to the apron, the holding point on the runway. Nice and simple, nice and easy. And here we are at Las Vegas, and it is looking beautiful. Look at that. Whoa! That is nice. Look at those mountain ranges there. Oh, and there she is. And there she is. Oh, doesn't she look gorgeous? Yeah, I love Boeings. I really love Boeings. I've got Jet In on the little label there. Jet In on the back there. Yeah, I love this plane. I love all Boeings, to be honest. I'm a Boeing fanatic. Right, I'm going to turn this, my camera, turn my ugly dial off for a while because I can't see some of the buttons there. Okay, we're ready to fly. We're going to get in here. And let's see, my co-pilot is already here. I had to do the coffee run, so I'm the last one to get on the plane. Okay, I did the coffee run. I went and got all the coffees for the pushback guy, John, on the pushback tractor. I got him a coffee as well. Where is my co-pilot? He's probably in the loo. He's probably gone to the bathroom, or he's chatting to the hostesses or something like that. Anyway, so he's been through the systems. He's got everything nicely set up for me. That's what a co-pilot is for. Otherwise, you might as well not have one. They're here to help you out and do some of the work. Otherwise, what's the point? Makes me laugh. These big-time YouTubers think they're so clever. They do every single thing all by themselves. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. You like realism? If you like realism, why are you doing everything yourself, you nutter? Let your co-pilot do something. That's what he's there for. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I don't do it for realism's sake. I do it basically because I'm lazy. And rather than sit here for half an hour going through all the systems, I let my co-pilot do it. Okay, so here we are. And I think it's time to get things organized and ready for departure. You can see on the plan here, our flight plan here is loaded in. I always double check that before I take off. Make sure we're all ready to go here. Look at the size of those engines. Unbelievable. Look at that little guy sitting in his tractor there with the luggage. Look at the size of that engine. Oh my God. Imagine if you had that on your lawnmower. Wouldn't that be awesome if you had a lawnmower with an engine like that on it? It'd have to be a ride-on lawnmower, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty cool. You'd have all the lawns cut in about 7.5 seconds. Okay, we are in our beautiful cockpit. We're going to start looking for some clearance to get pushed back and get out of here.
Clearance delivery, Jet In 1123 IFR to San Francisco, ready to copy.
Jet In 1123 is cleared to San Francisco Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 right climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.9 squawk 7306.
Jet In 1123 cleared to San Francisco Airport. Takeoff runway 26
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign if you haven't already done so. We request that you store your luggage and take your seats so we can have an on-time departure. For those passengers seated in a designated exit row, you may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. Please refer to the safety briefing card of the exit row information card located in the seat back pocket to ensure you meet the exit row criteria and understand the information. After carefully reviewing this card, if you believe you could be injured, do not wish to or cannot perform the functions listed, please notify a flight attendant. At this time, we also request that you install your electronic devices until we are above 10,000 feet. I will notify you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please refer to the What's Before section of your My Magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, so we have taxi clearance.
Short runway 26 right via taxiway Charlie Bravo jet in 112 tree.
So we are looking good for departure. What lights do we need on? Landing lights. Taxi lights, we turn those on. Runway turn lights on. Beacon light on. Logo light on. Wing lights on. And let's go ahead and get some pushback underway. Right, we're getting some pushback now. This is good.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we do need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices do need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for departure and cross-check.
Well, welcome aboard Jet-In Airways 787 service to San Francisco, everyone. It's going to be a nice flight. I've checked the weather, and I think it's going to be smooth sailing most of the way. I'll get my co-pilot to make some announcements later on once we're up in the air. Now remember, I made a mental note. When I was doing the flight plan. Remember, I get pushback and then I turn to the right and I just head down towards the end of that runway. So let's have a look. And there's the runway behind us. So we turn to the right. Oh, the mouse is doing funny things today. Head over to the right, down the end of that runway on the right hand side, and we are there. So that's how I figure out how to know where to taxi without putting the taxi guide markings on. I just take a mental note when I'm doing the flight plan. And I always spawn myself in at a gate that is handy to where I'm going to be taxiing to take off. The other thing I want to do is get my flaps down, ready for departure. Flaps 3, and also set the trim. I haven't flown this plane for a while. I've been busy. I've been busy doing other stuff, but I've usually been flying the 737. So I haven't flown this one for a while, and I should get it stuck in and do a few more flights with this, because the more often you fly with a particular aircraft, the better you get. And you get really good at flying one aircraft if you stick with it. But I have been sticking with the 737 for a while now. So maybe it's time to change and get stuck into another aircraft and get really, really familiar with it. But that's what I like about the Boeings. They're all very, very similar. You fly one Boeing and you can pretty much get stuck in and fly another Boeing without having to go through a whole big retraining process. Especially with the autopilot and things like that. They're all very similar, so makes it easy going from a 737 to a 747, a 787, which is why I like the Boeings, sticking with the Boeings. I like the look of the Boeings too. I think they're really streamlined. I just love the way they're designed and the way they look, the Boeings.
Now we ask that you direct your attention to the forward part of each cabin to the TV monitors for a brief and important safety message about our mission.
Turbulence may occur unexpectedly, so keep your seatbelt fastened during the flight, even when the sign is not on. Cell phones, two-way pagers, and all other electronic devices should be off and stowed.
Acknowledge takeoff
Cleared
clearance.
for takeoff runway 26 right jet in 112 tree.
Okay, we are on our way to San Francisco. And it's goodbye to Las Vegas. Air traffic control, acknowledge handoff.
5.9 jet in 112 tree.
The frame rate seems to be staggering a little bit today. I don't know why, it's not normally like this. Seems to be a bit staggering. I might have to have another look at my graphics setup, I think. Okay, so let's come over to my autopilot. We'll turn on our autopilot, turn on our LNAV, our vertical speed we will turn on. Auto throttle is on. Vertical speed, that's not going on for some reason. Okay, so I've set my altitude at 32,000 feet, turned on the altitude hold, and my vertical speed is set. And that is looking just beautiful, isn't it? That is a beautiful sight. See the wings all flexing up there? That just looks absolutely awesome. Beautiful. Altitude is coming up quite fast. 2,500, 2,600. Flaps are up and clean. So we're looking good.
Once you reach a comfortable cruising altitude, ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants will be in the cabin to offer you a cocktail beverage of your choice, along with breakfast. There are 5 flight attendants on board today, primarily for your safety. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. I would like you to sit back and relax and
enjoy the flight.
Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We're level at our cruise altitude, so I'm going to turn off the seatbelt sign at this time. So you're free to move about as necessary. However, when seated, we would like you to keep your seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. We just checked the weather and expect smooth sailing for most of the flight. So for the most part, we're going to stay quiet and let you enjoy the entertainment and service, and we'll be talking with you later on the...
Yep, I think it's time we can have some drinks. I've got a nice cup of coffee here. Going to enjoy that. Some biscuits. But I think the passengers are going to get a glass of red or white wine as well, and probably some breakfast. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of the outside of the aircraft, and of course those stunning views of the clouds and the scenery there. Absolutely amazing. And I have to say the piano music was provided by myself. Oh yeah, that's me. You can blame me for the terrible music. Had some lovely meals served as well. Some beautiful meals. We serve beautiful meals in Jet-In Airways. We don't muck around with the food. We make sure everyone's got good food. Good tucker. Everyone arrives at their destination with a full belly. All part of the service. That's why a smile goes a long way. Maybe a little bit of indigestion as well.
From the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're gonna be landing in, about 20 minutes, so I'd appreciate it if you would return to your seats and fasten your seat belts at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our approach, we ask that you please check. Make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened, low and tight across your lap. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright lock position. If you've had occasion to use your carry-on items, please make sure that they are safely stored underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead enclosed bin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are parked at the gate.
Okay, so we are descending down now through 10,000 feet. So we need to bring our speed down. We need to have our speed down to 250 knots or less. So we need to get our speed down now.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please.
Okay, so here we are. We are down to 3,000 feet. We have a slow turn to the left. And then we are on our final approach. Let's hope we don't end up in the drink. That is the worst case scenario here. Here we go. Well, we made it down okay. Wasn't a fantastic landing, but we got down okay. First time I've manually landed this plane. But we got it down okay, and we did alright. It wasn't pretty, but that's fine. We're going to walk away from the landing, and that's the main thing, I guess. Right, let's get off the runway here. Flaps up. Well, welcome to San Francisco, everybody. And it's not a bad day here, actually. Right, well, I think that will do us. Hope you enjoy your stay at San Francisco, and thanks again for flying Jet-In Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. There was a few problems with the aircraft. I'm not sure whether that is just me. It could be. In fact, it probably is. It could be something that's gone wrong after update 6, or whether it could be something that's wrong with my brain, and that's probably what the problem is there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and make a comment below if you have any hints or tips or tricks or things that may help me fly this plane a little bit better. And I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe everyone, take care, ciao.